Hi guys, Mandy here. I'm going to do a different video today. I'm going to do a review. This is a product that I wanted to try forever, years and years of looking into it, reading comments, doing a pro and cons list, and finally I took the plunge and I bought reusable pads. So just so you know, this video is going to be about menstrual cycles and all that fun stuff. So if that is not what you want to hear on a Wednesday afternoon, then by all means don't watch this video. So the product that I used was Luna pads. There are other pad companies out there, reusable pad companies, and I actually have for my next period some other pads I ordered from a different company. I just like to see how they differ. Maybe they work well together, like we'll see how it goes. But for this review, it's solely Luna pads, and this is my own opinion. I'm not getting paid or anything to do this. This is just, I want to share what I learned from my first waste-free period, just to help you if maybe make the decision to go for cloth yourself, because it is so much better, not only for the environment. That was a wee bit of a reason why I decided to try them and make the change. I do want to try to do more for the environment because I know there's so much I could do to help the environment myself, and I'm a vegetarian for that reason. Like, I try to do so many things, so why not this as well? But that wasn't the only reason. Health as well. I have had my period since I was 12. It's so many years of heavy flow, pain, discomfort. I hate the feeling of pads, but I can't use tampons because I have a tilted uterus. Too much information that might be to share, but there's lots of women out there who have it. Lots of women out there who may not know. If you have discomfort wearing a tampon, having sex, you could have a tilted uterus. It's nothing wrong. I had babies, not vaginally. It doesn't mean anything. It just means you have to do things a little differently. Like having sex. Try different positions. Sex should not be painful. Tip of the day. Anyways, so Luna pads. My sister had introduced me to them years ago because I told her, like, ugh, I hate pads. She wanted me to use a Diva cup, but I was like, no, issues down there. So she's like, try Luna pads. They're reusable pads. Good for the environment, good for your health. But I was so afraid. So I was like, ugh, I'm going to have to wash them, and I'm a germaphobe. If you watch my videos, you know. So I was a little hesitant, but I finally took the plunge. I finally took the plunge because I was just so tired of thinking, when I'm using a disposable pad, I'm sitting in recycled garbage, bleach, chemicals, sometimes perfumes. Why am I doing this when I'm doing so many other things for my health, to be better to myself and my body, and yet I'm doing this every month? Gross. So I finally ordered my pads, and I just had my period. So I'm all ready to tell you about my experience. I ordered the deluxe heavy flow bundle because I have a heavy flow. And just in case you've never seen a reusable pad, this is what Luna pads look like. Oh, I had already... So it looks, basically, it kind of looks like a fun pad. It looks just like a pad. It's a little different though. Instead of the sticky back, there is no stickiness. You have the little domies, and you just put that around the base of your panties, and snaps on just like that. And then you have your liners. So this is like the base pad. You put this on your underwear. I'm sorry, I'm a little congested because I'm just getting over a cold and my nose keeps on getting clogged. So pardon me if I sound weird every now and then. So anyway, so this is the base pad, and you can have this on your panties for the full day. If you don't bleed through, then you can just keep changing your liners. Now this pad in particular came with 2 liners. They go one on top of the other, and you just feed them through the little holder there. It's super easy. Just feed them through, and say you go to the bathroom and this one's bled through, you can take it off or take them both off and put some more on, or change your whole pad depending on your flow. I have a very heavy flow, so I had to change a couple of pads a day when my period was at its heaviest. I would just check when I would go to the bathroom. I would just pull these up, check if I had bled through to the base pad. I would take everything off and put a whole new pad on. If I hadn't, then I would just maybe put a new liner. Each pad comes with a liner or two, depending on which pad it is. And you can also, right from Luna Pads, order more of these, which I did. I found I needed more. I have a heavy flow, like I said. And I found when my period was at its heaviest, I was bleeding through the pads quite quickly, about every 2 hours, which, you know, is fine for me because I was at home and I could just, you know, change it. But what was the greatest thing, in which I was a little sad they only had one of in the package, with the deluxe pad, you also get this overnight pad, which all these pads can be bought separately. You know, you don't have to just get the heavy flow pack to get the overnight pad. You can buy them separately or whatever. So this is the overnight one, which was a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, awesome. And it also came with this, they call it the Postpartum overnight pad, liner, sorry. And you just fold it up and put it right through the little holders, and there you got this awesome protection. And it was amazing. I didn't bleed through at night. I was so scared that I was gonna bleed through. I was gonna wake up just covered in blood, that I woke up first thing in the morning and ran to the bathroom. And I was like, phew, I took this off. I hadn't even bled through to this. This thing is awesome, but they only give you one. So my recommendation, if you have a heavy flow, is to buy a couple of these, which I still need to do. That way you can have it for night, and you can have one or two for the day. Put that bad boy on, especially I went on a class trip. Here I go, my first time using reusable pads. I wanted the experiment to work. I did not want to have any excuse to throw on an always. Like, I wanted a full reusable pad, waste-free pad, period, because I wanted to be able to say everything, my experience 100%. Without having to use disposables in between. So here I am. I had signed up for a class trip for my son. We went to see a play. So I was sitting for an hour and a bit and on a bus, you know, before I could go to the bathroom. So what did I do? Smart Mandy. I put this on top of one of the pads. And again, when I came home, as soon as I came home, I went to the bathroom, took this off. I hadn't even bled through to the other liners. So pardon me, I would highly recommend getting a couple of those postpartum overnight liners if you are going to get Luna Pads and if you are having a heavy flow. I also bought an add-on because I did not think I had enough pads for a full period. I still had to wash in between. I didn't make the full 7 days with just these pads. I had to wash them, which is fine, but I feel like if the more I build a stockpile of reusable pads, the less I will have to wash them and the longer they'll live, if that makes sense. Because they say they're good for about 5 years, 5 to 10 years. I don't know if that is written right on their website. I know 5 years for sure. But I've heard people say they've had them longer and they're still in great shape. But I feel like the more you have, the less you wash, the longer they'll live. If that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. So I added on a couple. This was actually the organic reusable pad of theirs. So you can get their pads in the organic cotton or regular cotton. And I found, and it could be just me, I don't know, I never saw any review that said this, but I found the organic cotton absorbed more. I don't know. why that is or whatever, but maybe something to save up for, to get a couple of these bad boys, because I felt like I didn't, when I had used the organic cotton, I also had 2 of these. I didn't have to change them as much, unless I was super heavy, then nothing, nothing matters. But yeah, so overall my experience was a good one. I had a good period. For me, this was my first time using them. I still had my full 7 days, but I was very heavy and I was light a little faster than normal. And I didn't have major cramps. I always feel sick when I'm on my period. I don't know why. If it has to do with my thyroid, if it blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. I always feel ugh. You know, so that feeling was there, but cramps were a lot better. One more thing before I go, to add to my review, also a product to help you with your period, I hope you can see that, is Sage Moon Cycle. This is all natural, essential oils. Rub it on your cramp area, rub it on your thighs, and rub it on the lower back. Amazing. So that was my experience. That was my review. Let me know if you've tried them. Let me know if you're going to try them. Any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer them all. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye for now.